everybody, Anita from Pearl Property Co here, and I've got Adam with me from Rise Property Buyers, and we are now going to have a chat about Adam's third and final tip for those of you looking to buy an investment property in Perth. So take it away, Adam, tip number 3.
So tip number 3 is to buy a product that has a high rental demand. So typically we're looking for a house that has huge demand for renters, or a huge appeal for renters, I guess you would say. So, if I'm looking in a suburb, I would ask Anita, hey, what are renters looking for in that suburb? And a lot of renters are typically looking for a 4x2. That's a pretty high demand product.
I guess if you're talking about family suburbs, definitely.
That's right.
The bigger amount of bedrooms, the bigger living areas. That's really what you're going to be chasing in those suburbs where you are looking to find families. Typically around good schools, etc.
Exactly, and I think there's been a bit of a flight to suburbs that have larger backyards and larger homes. We had a bit of a shift towards moving to the CBD, have lock-up and leave properties, but now with COVID happening and working from home situation changing, people are now moving out to the suburbs.
Definitely, we've certainly seen that trend happening, and it was very noticeable in the front end of COVID. That initial 12 months when that first happened and we were going through all those lockdowns, we certainly found a lot more people looking for somewhere that had some outside space. Even like in the city, having a balcony or a courtyard became really quite vital to a lot of prospective tenants out there that they had that, and that's why we did see the value or the demand in the city drop off. It contributed to that, as well obviously as the fact that people weren't actually going into the city for work anymore, but they're really kind of chasing that outdoor space and that flexibility and freedom to be able to have the space to move around if we were going to be experiencing more lockdowns.
That's it. It's a reality of life now that we might be experiencing more lockdowns in the future, and people have been really conscious about how their living space is, and where can they retreat if they need to. Maybe the kids are running around and mum or dad needs to go to the office to do some work, and they don't want the kids running naked in the background on Zoom videos.
We've all been there, I'm sure.
Yeah, totally. So these are huge points when people are looking for rental properties and also occupied properties.
Exactly. So it is really important to make sure when you are looking to buy an investment property, while initially a property may seem really appealing because it seems like a great price, you really do need to factor in who is your target market actually going to be when that property is ready to become rented out, and is that who you're looking for? Is that the kind of person that you're going to be finding in the suburb where you're looking where that property is? So it is very important to make sure that you are targeting the correct people, understanding the realistic rental returns, and not just jumping straight on a property because the price seems good. You really have to factor in, once you've bought that property, the next step is it's got to be rented out. So are you ticking all the boxes to make sure that it's in the right area and well presented, has enough bedrooms, does it have parking? And I think that was something that you mentioned with me before. Does it have that backyard space? Does it have the things that your target market is going to be looking for? Because if it doesn't, it's not going to rent at the price that you are probably hoping that it will.
And that's right, and I think with the vacancy rate so low, you've got to be really careful because anything will rent at the moment, and it doesn't matter what your property looks like, it'll get rented next week.
100%.
But when the vacancy rate starts heading up to 3%, then maybe even higher, which it has been in the past, then those properties that are sitting on the market for a long time are the ones that haven't been targeted to tenants correctly.
Exactly, and I know that when I'm appraising properties, I have been saying this is the price that you're going to achieve in the current market, but be aware that when that market does cool off in 18 to 24 months, realistically this is where it's going to be sitting. So make sure that you actually have the capacity to service your loan based on the lower rental amounts as well. Always pays to be conservative and make sure that you are thinking longer term as well.
That's right.
When it comes to having a good feel for the rental returns. I mean, it's absolutely a landlord's market at the moment, and it's great for anyone who has an investment property, but you do need to remember that investing is a long-term game, so just make sure that you've taken that into consideration as well.
You don't want to be left high and dry because the market does change, it goes through cycles, and we are in an unrealistic market at the moment.
sure we'll see it again in the future, and it's still a way off going anywhere at the moment, so don't let it deter you, but just make sure that you do have all your numbers properly worked out for the longer term as well. So tip number 3 from Adam was buying the right product for the rental demand to make sure that you're going to be able to find good quality tenants to put in that property once you've bought it. Awesome, thank you so much for that, much appreciated.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
We hope you found this helpful, and if you have any questions for either myself or Adam, please reach out and get in touch. We're very happy to answer them for you and help you with your investment